Good evening and welcome to Friday Night with the Fellas. Our maitre d' Sonia is not here at the moment because she is studying very hard for one of her tests that she has to take for being an attorney. So everybody puts prayers up for her and her studying. I mean, she might come on. I don't know. She said she was trying to try to, but we will go on with the show, unfortunately, without her. And how you doing today, James?
BA, I'm doing well, my brother. I hope you're doing well too, man. And sorry, Sonya, you couldn't be here tonight. Hopefully, you do get to pop in. We were going to try to get two other guests to come on tonight, but I guess that they will not be showing up. Maybe they will later on. We will see. But yeah, man, I'm ready to talk sports, brother. We got some basketball playoffs going on, and we got a little more NFL, and I guess we're probably sprinkling a little NHL as well, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Shout out to the NHL though. We love y'all. We just NHL is kind of like
Little step brother.
sometimes like the WNBA. Sometimes you really want to watch, but it's like and then my team's not in it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, right.
And then you guys don't have a hockey team. New Orleans don't have a hockey team yet, so there's that
Nor
too.
Atlanta anymore. I living out here. We used
Yeah.
to the
Oh yeah,
Thrashers.
Atlanta used to have the Thrashers. Yeah. So anyway, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Right now we have two games going on. One's at the half. That's the Raptors over the Cavaliers, 61-51. The Cavaliers lead that series 3-2. Now the Raptors been balling in the last couple of games to get it to this point, and it looks like they're continuing on here. Is this going to be a typical Cleveland Cavalier meltdown that they're having, especially with the two players on there that are typically responsible for or are in these kind of meltdowns in Donovan Mitchell and James Harden? Because
If I had to look at it, if I had to look at it from an aspect or perspective to decide whether or not to blame the Cavaliers versus giving credit to the Raptors, I would have to I would be split down the fence. I would have to say I'd blame both the Cavs because the Cavs, they're just looking at their lineup. They're supposed to win this game. It should have been a gentleman's sweep, but yet here we are 3-2 and they're down 10 points at the half with the little engine that could in the Raptors. They're playing they have a high floor and
Robbie,
they're playing with house money right now. Their backs against the wall. They have nothing to lose. And you're looking at people like James Harden. His playoff history has been less than desirable, and he's been a bust in the playoffs. He's been excellent in regular season. He's been an MVP, and we're talking about somebody who's not showing up and allowing Donovan Mitchell. Uh, these other two, the bigs that are there. I mean, they're supposed to be winning, man. And I'm just disappointed in Cleveland right now. And if they lose tonight, I don't think they're going to win the last game. I think that series might be for Toronto to win and upset the Cleveland Cavaliers.
yeah, I think if they do lose tonight's game, I think Raptors have all the momentum right now. I know it's a word that Jack don't like using, but we use it here regularly because it's a thing. So yeah, I think they were able to beat them the last game at home. So I mean at Cleveland. So I don't see. I don't know, man. If they win this game, if Raptors win this game, I think you're right. I think they win it in Game 7. Um, the other game that we got going on right now is the Pistons and Orlando Magic. Detroit's trying to stave off being eliminated. Right now, the score is 72-68. They got 9:01 left in the game in the fourth quarter. Orlando had a 22-point lead in the first half. Detroit came out, I guess, with purpose. We might have a visitor, which will be Our Lady of the Day. Here, there she is. You can come out anytime you want there, Sonia. I'm not going to bring you on there, girl. All right,
Hey
there she
guys,
is. There
What up?
she
What up? What
is.
up?
Hi guys. I'm sorry I'm not ready for the occasion. I'm in deep study mode, and I happened to go on to share you guys and saw it was just y'all, and I was like, I told my study partner, I was like, I gotta go on the show. So I'm not dressed. Um, this is all natural, but I got my A hat on, and I hope you guys are doing well. Thank y'all so much for carrying on without me tonight.
For sure, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Uh, like the A cap for sure.
Thank you. And B, I hope you're doing good too.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm watching this Pistons game, so
Oh, I'm glad you told me I have to put the score on. So hey everybody's coming on and welcome. And congratulations to Pearson. Today is National Decision Day amongst a lot of high school seniors. You guys know Pearson. She has committed to UNC Charlotte. So she is going from being a Cowboys with the Southwest Guilford High School to being a 49er with the University of North Carolina Charlotte. She'll be majoring in in nursing and minoring in business management. So super happy for her. And thank you everybody for the well wishes on my burn. It is a 3rd-degree burn, so I'm under doctor's care now. So I didn't need that this week at all, but I'm all bandaged up and ready to go, as they say.
The warrior is showing up for work.
Is right, really? So you guys, are y'all talking about the basketball right now? I know the Pistons game is going on 3-2 series. This is a pivotal game for you, B, as a Pistons fan. So what's up, Pink? Thank you so much. And Pink, thank you for the reels. Shout out to you, girl. I know I texted you just a couple minutes ago and told you thank you for the reels that I wasn't going to be on. But I saw that per usual, it's James and B. And I was like, yeah, you know what? We got to make a triangle. We can't just have, the duo there pulling all the weight. I don't know. Does that sound right? A triangle? That might not sound right. My bad, guys.
We all good. It's all good. I think everybody
only
got
if you,
what you bet.
only if you're making it, only if you make it bad like that. Only if you make it bad.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean that. But anyway, Pink, shout out to you, and shout out the schedule's about to come out. Of course, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I'm just here. I'm here as a guest tonight. So B, you and James are the main hosts, and I'm just here to get in where I fit in. But I will say I am disgusted, and I mean disgusted with that Hawks blowout. I literally thought that was AI. I saw the score. I was like, oh, I know somebody is playing. That was history, guys. I don't know if y'all talked about it yet.
No, we hadn't got to that game yet, but yes, it's history in more ways than one. It was history, playoffs history. The Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Hawks are history. Yikes.
I can tell something like that was going to happen in the last game because the Hawks were playing really bad from, I think it was like game 4 all the way down. And it was like they got worse and worse every game. And it was like, dude, what the hell's going on with the Hawks? And then they got blown out by the Knicks. And I was like, they didn't come in there and try it all. They didn't even come in there to show up. They weren't even playing. They said, you know what? We can't.
It was a close game. I think the first 20 points total or something. And then all of a sudden, they just started turning the ball over. And then you could see once it got to a 15-point lead, they just gave up. They quit.
I mean,
the Hawks just quit. No, they just knew they were done. They knew they were beat, and they just stopped. And I mean, to give up 47 points at the half, to a 47-point lead, it was just ridiculous. That's just it's not even trying. I mean, you at least supposed to at least say, I'm not going to get beat down like this. You're going to win. I got it. You're going to win. And I'm not going to let you push me around either. No, you can't push me around. It's the A.
Right. They were home. That's what I was just like, who was out there? Was it Freddie Falcon? Like, who was out there? Like, I don't know what the bird's name is.
Who was out there? It was Keith Sweating. Nobody.
Yeah. And Keith lives in the A too. So there's that.
That's perfect. There you go. Yeah.
Oh
I was
it was
pretty
bad.
I said, I know New York ain't that damn good, that they get beat somebody by 51 points. I'm like, man, but Atlanta just looked bad.
They got everybody thinking they're good. Stephen A. Smith thinking they're going to the finals now, and I mean, I don't know. New York, we'll see what they do. That they look like they might be the best team, though. The way they're playing, they might be
Yeah,
the
the way
best team in
everybody
the
else
East.
play.
Yeah,
might-
exactly.
Who might be
The Knicks, the Knicks. I mean,
They
I just don't see Cleveland
Let me
doesn't look
ask you a
good.
question, though. Let me ask you a question on this. Is it really that the Knicks are that good, or Atlanta just folded? Because I think Atlanta just folded. I think that little streak that they had near the end of the season was okay, but then once they got in the playoffs, they weren't going to be doing too much anyway. I just think they weren't that good of a team they were good enough to get in the playoffs, but I don't think that they just it just seemed like they just got in to get in. And I don't think
Atlanta's floor, just like I mentioned with Toronto, Atlanta's floor was high. I mean, and then you had an older vet in CJ McCollum, who's he could show up here and there, but it was just they made some adjustments though. I think the depth for the Knicks was just too much. And Kuminga he just wasn't good off the bench. And they didn't really have much else going on there. So I mean, you had guys coming from everywhere. OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, Miles Bridges started picking up his game. Cat had a triple double in this game, and he wasn't doing much at all. 12 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, or something like that. I mean,
Brunson was the one scoring all the points.
Brunson was that,
yeah. I mean, I think Bridges had and Anunoby had the high with 30 on this one, and Miles Bridges added 24. But Brunson, this last game, yeah. But the game before that, Brunson was the one he scored like 39, right?
He didn't need a score. They were just destroying Atlanta. He didn't need a score. All the other games, he was up there. He was the point leader in every one of those games. So, I mean, the dude is putting up a good case for MVP of this, of this playoffs. That's for sure. He is putting up.
Yeah, I don't like the Knicks, but but I could see.
Really feel, James.
I mean, it's not many teams I do like on the East in the East anymore. But I could see the Knicks. That they could be a way for them to get into the finals.
I mean, they got
this year.
Mikal Bridges. I mean, can't sleep on them.
They got good depth, and so and I'm just looking at the way the East is playing right now. I just don't see. I mean, Boston. If Boston can win and regroup and get better, they're missing some pieces. They're missing the Al Horford. They're missing the what's his name?
Why did Tatum leave out? I saw a clip where they said Tatum left. That might have been false news, but I saw a clip yesterday, late last night, that Tatum left during the third quarter or something. But I don't know why. Did he play the whole game?
Yeah, he did play the whole game though. He did. But I mean, they shut him down. I mean, he had 17 points.
Tyrese Maxey shut him down single-handedly with 30 points, and
11
out of 22 half. For shooting, that was good. But Tatum did have double doubles. And so I think at the end of the day, the 76ers just were balanced in their attacks and their execution on both sides of the ball. And I think it was just literally too much for the Celtics to handle. It's always these teams that hang in there and then they just run out of steam.
I think the pick-me-up is
Embiid
is back. Embiid is back.
He played a really good
game. He had almost a triple-double himself. And so, and having him back freed up Paul George. Paul George was, I think, 4 or 5 from three-pointer. So that lifted him too as well. So it's going to be tough. I don't know. That can go either way. I'm going to lean towards Boston because I think that they're at home and they can win this one. But I would not be surprised. I'm telling you, Sonia and Brian, that 76ers may upset and we might see another team going. And I wouldn't have thought. I'm looking at Jason Tatum coming back, MVP candidate, and Jaylen Brown. I thought they were going to be like trying to repeat. I mean, not repeat, but get back to the finals. And I
Yeah.
don't see that. I don't see that happening. It
What
may
channel?
be the Knicks. And then and if your team, Brian, if they lose this game, we can't count out the Magic.
What
Orlando.
channel is your
Orlando.
game on? What channel is your
It's
game
on
on, B?
Amazon. It's on Amazon.
Oh, perfect. All right, I got Amazon. I was just looking on
What's the
regular
score
TV.
now?
The Pistons have come back and taken the lead 74-72 with 6:04 left in the fourth.
In the
All right,
fourth.
all right.
So, but this is a must win for them. They got to win.
Absolutely. It's 3-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Cleveland. Yeah. Mm.
You don't have a dog in the fight, but you're pulling for the Raptors to win it all, sir.
Who is that?
That's a shot.
Yinzer.
That's Yinzer.
Oh, Yenzer, that's typical. He must have had a couple of before he started messaging that put up on there.
I don't know what couple we talking about. We talking about a couple here.
Yeah,
A couple here.
Couple here. Well, I don't know. He might couple here
Maybe
too. I don't know.
Some gummies or something, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing nowadays. But anyway,
was he the one that we were on that live with? It was just smoking back to back.
No, that was Monkey.
Kevin.
That was Kevin that kept lighting up like repeatedly, back to back.
Oh, Kevin? What Kevin? The Atlanta
Monkey. You got it, Monkey.
Oh yeah, Monkey. Yeah.
See, so what? I'm sorry, James. Hang on, because I have to go through revisionist history here with B. So B, the first show that I did with you, or the second show when I was on the 1-8 cheat, that's the dude. He had like a curtain for a backdrop or something, and he just kept tossing beers and lighting up cigarettes back to back to back.
He wasn't tossing beers, but he was lighting up. That's for sure.
I mean, it was literally, James, I'm not trying to be funny. It was literally as soon as one went out, he was already like, it was like the last dangle of the first one. You know how back in like when we were growing up, you had the mechanic that always had the cigarette dangling on the bottom wheel. Yeah, he's like, yeah, this operator right here, and you can see the cigarette looking like the ash is about to hit on any second. That's how this dude was on there. Before it was even finished, he was already flicking for the next one. I was like, oh my God. Bless his heart. So anyway, that's why I was actually
he got a little bit better at that though.
Monkey's my friend though. So sorry, Monkey. I just had to differentiate because I didn't know you then. I was just thinking like that dude is.
Shout out to Monkey.
Yeah, shout out to Monkey. All right. So Minnesota T-Wolves versus the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets got beat down in a kind of sounds like it was close, but then it wasn't. They closed out that series 4-2. T-Wolves move on. They're going to be facing the Spurs next. This was a gritty performance because this elimination was one that made Minnesota actually take command from a strong performance. Julius Randle was a big up there in the paint. Terrence Shannon Jr., who combined to score the team's first 13 points. And it was just kind of like they kept that momentum going the entire game. And despite Denver's efforts to keep the game competitive, because if you look at the score, it does look like it was competitive. Minnesota was just too intense, and they basically made sure they got this victory and the series win. I mean, you guys got any thoughts coming up on the game we were talking about a little bit ago, the 76ers and the Celtics? I know, like, we talk about the T-Wolves eliminating the Nuggets. Are we surprised at that, or are we kind of expecting the T-Wolves to move forward?
Given the injury to Anthony Edwards and the unfortunate injury,
not you, Robbie.
The unfortunate injury to DiVincenzo, who ruptured his Achilles. I thought they didn't have a chance in hell to win the series. And you had players on Minnesota, they shut me up because they stepped up. Jaden McDaniels had a big game. That kid, he's legit. 32 points and 10 rebounds and 3 assists. He was shaking them up. And I'm really disappointed in Jamal Murray. Jamal could be very streaky for the Nuggets, and his streak was on the downside this time around. He had a bad game. He wasn't good at 3-pointer. He scored a good bit of points, but I think they really the key factors here, Sonia and Brian, was Rudy Gobert shutting down Jokic. Even though he scored 28 points, he played really good D on him, and Jokic pretty much struggled, and you could see it, and it was starting to air itself out. 2 games, he got into scuffles with guys, and they just kind of knew, I guess, they weren't going to win this series. Minnesota, again, I'm surprised that they won this series, and they won it handily. I mean, it's not like they pushed them to 7; they won 4-2, and Minnesota. I mean, just saying that, I think they've reached as far as they're gonna go.
Yeah.
Barring no injury to the big man in San Antonio, that being Victor Wembanyama. The guards are too big. It's just going to be a tough game for a series for Minnesota.
Yeah, I agree with that. I even if Victor had not played a game, won't play a game, or he gets injured, or knock on wood, he don't. But I think San Antonio can win that series without him. It'll be closer, but they got a lot of depth on that San Antonio team. Right now, this Western Conference is going to come between OKC and San Antonio. That's just it right there. And I think we talked about that before. That'll probably be the finals, because whoever comes out of the East is not hanging with OKC or San Antonio. It's just not going to happen. You can't play against the human cheat code, and you can't play against the MVP of the league. It's just not happening, especially when they're in the finals. So, we want to see, Eastern Conference do something, but the way all these teams are playing right now, I don't know. They might get blown out, and they might get swept in these finals. You never know. So,
and speaking of which, Sonia and Brian, you just mentioned the aforementioned MVP, the reigning MVP in SGA. Does he have a chance, or is it likely, for all intents and purposes, that he's going to win another MVP? And if you think so, why? Why do you think he's going to win MVP or not?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he would win it. That's just me personally. I haven't been paying 1,000% attention. I feel like this is his second MVP honor, of course. I think that he by leading, OKC the way he has, 64 win season, like this is literally their league best. I feel like it was super competitive with him and Jokic, like for a minute, and even Victor Wembanyama, of course. Like it's all of them are in the West. It's so ironic that all of the MVPs
and Luka Doncic too.
Yeah, and Doncic. We're not talking about, Jason Tatum. We're not even talking about Embiid. We're not talking about anybody from the East this year. But I will say that he's already been named the Kia NBA Clutch Player of the Year, because he's led the entire league in total clutch points and the field points in final minutes of games. So maybe with that information, I could be swayed. But then I'm thinking, like, if not him, then who? Because we've already talked about from the beginning that the East is not really showing up like we thought they would as a whole. So if it's only amongst those gentlemen, then it's kind of like a no-brainer. When do they actually announce that? When the series is all over with the championship and stuff?
Right before the championship. I think it's like they let you know.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to go by.
Remember
It's
we
supposed
talked
to go
about
by
that last year when we were
It's
like,
supposed
does
to
it
go
have
by
to come from an
regular
actual
season.
winner?
Right,
Yeah.
it's regular season, right?
It's very regular season kind of things. I tell you, I like SGA. I think he hasn't calmed down from any of what he did last year. But you gotta give some credit to Victor too. Victor was out there balling, and you right, Luka and Jokic, they all, and Luka and the Joker, they both are doing their jobs too. I mean, it was close. It was close, and the reason why you got nobody coming out of the East, because half the people were injured for like more than 65 games. They had 65 game thing going on. But there was a few people. Brunson could still be the MVP coming out of the East. I mean, if he continues to play like he is, and I don't care what nobody says. That might be a regular season record. It might be off regular season. But why do you think they wait all the way until the finals to make this call? Because they're looking at what you're doing in the playoffs too. And don't get that twisted. They can sit there and talk all that little chatter they want to. Oh, this is from regular season. No, you're looking at the playoffs too. I know what you're doing.
Ain't nobody at
Don't act
home
like
making
you're not.
MVP.
Right.
Ain't nobody at the house making that.
Right. So,
well, let me throw a monkey wrench in here. Even though they're no longer in the playoffs, why not LeBron? LeBron for a 40-year-old, I have seen him be a difference maker. Like, he literally looks ageless in some of those games.
But I mean, I agree with you. I just that he does look ageless, but you got to, I mean, look at it again. It is a regular season award, and the guy that was the MVP candidate would take precedence over LeBron. It would have been Luka Doncic, and so he was one that was scoring almost 40 points a night, for like 8-10 games straight or something like that. And so yeah, he was up before he went down with the injury. He was in the race, but for me, what I mentioned before, I'm going to make a case for SGA, and I'm just going to make a case right now for him to beat out Jokic, to beat Victor Wembanyama, to beat Luka Doncic. I'm going to say to beat these guys out. Why? Because his number 2, Jalen Williams, only played 33 games of the whole season.
That makes
so
sense.
he put that team on his back and still held down the number 1, like you said, 64 games, all while scoring 31 points a game. That's just hard to beat out. That's hard to beat out. That's going to be hard to beat out. Numbers do not lie. And so, and then a lot of times when you're a reigning MVP and you're doing that, that's going to fall in your favor too. And it's going to be hard for any of those guys to be, because you're looking at Wemby. Yeah, Wemby is great, but he's missed a lot of games. And if you look at his team, his team's pretty much loaded. They are loaded. So, I mean, if San Antonio comes out of the West, I would not be surprised. But I like SGA. I like him as a player. I like he's quiet. He's humble. Well, he's sort of humble, but he's
sort of.
Yeah. I mean, when you're coming out with fur coats, you're not that humble.
No, you're not. The Johnny.
Yeah. What did Otis say about David Ruffin? He said they say that fame brings out who you really are. He said he was talking about. I mean, just tell us who you are, SGA. Just go ahead and put your fur coat on and be rocking. I ain't mad at you. Whatever. Just do what you're gonna do. You. I just think he's gonna do number 2.
Where they say
I don't mean the number 2 in the bathroom. I mean, he's gonna get his second MVP.
It's like the 2 things that make you honest is alcohol and fame, huh?
Right.
Before we get to this little commercial break here, I want to thank everyone that's allowed us to share on your platforms. You guys will see me occasionally looking down. It's because I'm trying to still share, because I've had a lot of pages that were kind enough to let me follow them, and they let us share every week. So just want to thank all of you all and all of our viewers and YouTubers and new subscribers. Welcome in, and thank you guys so much. This is Prim and Proper Sports. I know B and J gave the introduction, and we'll be back in about 45 seconds. That 40 seconds goes by so fast. Welcome y'all to the second half of the show. And thank you to all the platforms allowing me to share. I tried to hurry and share to some more people. B, we're going to need a longer commercial. Figures are not.
Well, actually, if I had the one that was on there before, it would have been longer. I didn't change it over,
I
but it
know.
is a
I'm
little
just like,
longer.
wait a minute. I'm always looking. But anyway, welcome in everybody. All right, we're gonna keep you guys tab on spot here. 88-75. Looks like the Pistons are pulling ahead with less than 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. B will keep us updated on his team score here.
I'm
And
telling
we're
you
gonna
right now, I'm just letting you know, I'm just kind of keeping my side eye on there. Cade Cunningham is balling right now. He is balling. He is doing everything. He's just killing. And then Orlando can't buy a bucket right now. They can't. That's the first bucket they got. That 2 points. They were shooting threes like it was nobody's business. They couldn't hit the rim right now. That's you live by the three, you die by the three.
Yeah,
Cade is doing what stars are supposed to do. Superstars are supposed to do. He's supposed to take over a game when your back's against the wall.
That's what Atlanta tried to do the other night. I mean, the little part that I watched, they were throwing up just back to back threes. And I'm like, you waited to the last 3 minutes of the game to just start throwing back to back threes. You're already down 40 points. Like, what are you going to do? Like, try to make sure the score doesn't look as bad. You're home and you can pack up your lockers this evening. Like, it's literally happening. By the way, for everybody that's been messaging me, I have had my phone on Do Not Disturb. I saw I'm gonna go ahead and call this person out. Sam Mills the third, son of legend, Panthers legend Sam Mills, texted me today. I didn't even open it. I saw that my auto response came on talking about basically sympathy for the Hawks fans. Let me make something very clear. The Hawks are my second team only because I live in Atlanta. The Hornets, okay? The Hornets are my number one team. What's up, Michael? Thank you for joining us. And thank you for this show. So please make sure you share, Michael. Wow, what a kind sentiment there. So let's
Mike's
get
a good guy.
That's your guy.
Yeah, Mike's a good guy. Yep.
Appreciate that. All right, be bringing some of the disciples on over to the network. Thank you so much for that. Oh yeah. All right. I'll remind myself. The last few minutes of the show, I have to make a little personal statement here. Let's switch over to the NFL, guys. And then B, you can keep us updated on the scores as it's going down. I was really shocked about this, but I know y'all are gonna eat me alive when I say this, but I was. And by the way, thanks for the font change, also, B. I like that.
Yeah, I've been lazy.
Thank you.
I was lazy.
I was a little surprised, but shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. They are going to give a Heisman Trophy finalist that went undrafted in the whole NFL draft an opportunity. At first, they're going to give him an opportunity this week to come out and practice. I'm talking about Diego Pavia, 2025 Heisman Trophy runner-up from Vandy. Went undrafted, y'all. And he became the first Heisman finalist to go undrafted since Northern Illinois quarterback Jordan Lynch did in 2014. Now, right after the draft, the Ravens reached out to him and said, hey, you could come attend our rookie camp with the Ravens. But the big thing is between that time, they went ahead and actually, I read somewhere, I'm assuming it's correct, that he's now signed to at least their practice squad right now. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Like
3-year rookie contract.
He does.
He's got right now, and then he was getting touted by the CFL too, because CFL wanted him. But as soon as they found out that he had signed a 3-year contract with Baltimore, they kind of just like, go ahead, dude, do your thing. We'll talk to you sometime later down the road. So
he'll be back. Go ahead.
3 years is like empty calories. You're probably going to get about $10,000 to $15,000 in guarantees, just enough to buy him a one-way ticket to Canada, so he can go play football up there. Because when the preseason comes, barring his last game, he'll probably be cut and be sent on his way.
Wow. Okay, clearly one of your people be for real, because that's something you could have said. All right. Well, speaking of the, I don't know. I mean, I like James's analogy. It's like drinking your calories, kind of like you should eat, but you're gonna go get like alcohol or fruit punch or something like that. That's gonna be a lot of sugar, and you haven't eaten all day. and you're wondering why you're not losing weight. You're like, I barely eat. Yeah, but what are you drinking? So I just remember always you don't want to drink your calories, and $10,000 or $15,000 is insane. I just think mentally about when I hear people getting those type of salaries, I just think about, okay, what would I normally make on a regular day when I'm working? And then when I compare it to this, I'm just like, that is crazy. That is crazy that you're in that. But he has an opportunity, and opportunity is what it is. There's no cost on that. All you're getting and receiving is a chance. And I'm glad for him because speaking of the CFL, hey, okay.
Mm-hmm. And let me interject. Speaking of which, I'm not saying that he's making $10,000 to $15,000. I have no idea what he's making it because they didn't put it out there the exact amount. But
I thought that was a contract about
No, I don't know specifically, but typically when they give those type of contracts to undrafted free agents, unless they usually put it out what they guaranteed, and it's usually undrafted. Well, if there's somebody that they want, they'll give them a six-figure income to pay them so they can keep them if there's somebody that they think that's going to play. They said 3-year contract, but a lot of times it's just empty. Like that's why I say empty calories, because the guarantees are really not there. And so it's just you come in and work your butt off to see if you can make the team. And if you don't, we didn't really lose nothing. You go on about your business. So that's, but for all intents and purposes, he's not making a lot of money.
Oh yeah, that's the disclaimer. Yeah, we put it out there. So thanks for that, James, because our show was like, dang. But speaking of CFL, after making his tour through the NFL, the CFL, and everywhere else, PJ Walker is announcing his retirement from professional football. 31 years old, quarterback, informed his most recent team, the Calgary Stampeders from the CFL, Canadian Football League, that he decided to step away from the game after a 9-season professional career. I don't even know where to start. So it's like undrafted in 2017 out of Temple, spent time with the Colts. They came to Carolina, the Bears, the Browns. He did a whole NFL tour, the Seattle Seahawks. And he appeared in 21 games total, 9 starts, which is not a whole lot, but threw for 2,135 yards, 6 touchdowns, but 16 interceptions. He then came to prominence, and I remember watching him in the XFL like, dang, we need that dude in 2020, and was with the Houston Roughnecks, and then he led them to a 5-0 season out there. He was decent with them, but then the league's operations was suspended because he threw 1,338 yards then and 15 touchdowns in just 5 games. So he was on fire when the league just went to crumbs. Then after signing with the Calgary Stampeders in October 2024, he was only a backup quarterback then. He only even dressed out for 13 games and only had 1 start all of last season. He's undrafted for practice squads throughout and in the NFL, and just, I mean, he's been persistent. And I just don't know why though. Like I didn't know people step down from football from the sub leagues like that.
Well, I mean, let's look, like you said, he bounced back and forth between minor league to the pros. He didn't really make it in the pros, but I will say I do remember when he played for the Carolina Panthers, that overtime game, he threw that deep pass to DJ Moore, and they dove and got that touchdown, and they won that game. PJ Walker was at one point when he was in the XFL, he was an MVP of the league. He was the MVP of that league. He was actually a really good player. He just didn't, luck didn't go on his side in the NFL. But I have to give a shout out to PJ Walker for what he was able to accomplish. Because a lot of times we forget, not you or you guys, but and sometimes I even remind myself, is that these guys were stars in high school, stars, even star at Temple, stars, at certain levels. It's just that they get to the league or whatever. There's other stars that just, other guys that were, good at that same position. And you get beat out. Sometimes those are the breaks. Like like we mentioned a while back, somebody got fired. Those are the breaks. But shout out to PJ Walker for being able to retire and at least have an opportunity to play football at some point. Playing the game he loved, I'm pretty
I
sure.
always say that acclimation from college to the NFL is real. Like I always say, in the NFL, you are proving who you are. When you get to the NFL, you're competing against the best of the best. Like everybody's already the best.
That's fair evaluation.
So you have to look at it like that. And I don't recall him having any injuries. So that's a good thing. He's getting out unscathed, retiring at a decent age before we see, injuries and stuff like that set in. And so that's a good thing. And when I forgot we were talking NFL, I had to switch hats. By the way, my Braves, because I am a Braves fan, been a Braves fan since I was a kid, because North Carolina doesn't have a team. It's Braves country. Rocking that number 1. Braves is lit. Braves are lit. We have not been this lit since Freddie Freeman, Soler, Perlman, all these dudes. We doing what we got to do. But yeah, what's your thoughts on PJ Walker?
Let me not to drown your Atlanta.
Oh, I know what it is. So, go ahead and announce it, sir.
Before that you say that, just remember it's a long season, and it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Because I can tell you right now, hold on. Because Detroit Tigers did that same thing last year, and then they went. So you just gotta watch. I'm not saying they're gonna do that. I'm just saying.
Well, let me make it more holistic. It's not just about the wins. It's about that. This is the first time in a long time that the Braves have looked healthy, that they have looked complete, and that they have looked competitive. So let me paint the entire picture instead of just giving you the finished product.
Yeah, you got it.
I got you for a minute.
Just just to let you know, the Pistons did beat the Magic 93 to 79 with behind Cade Cunningham's 32 points. They came back from a 24-point deficit to take this game back to the D-Tweezy, like Sonia likes to call it, and force a game 7. So I think Orlando missed their break. I think if they didn't win this game, they're not winning game 7. Yeah. They're not going to win in Detroit. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Right now, the Raptors are beating Cavaliers again by 11 points, 96-85, 8:29 left in the fourth. So that could be a 6-game.
Congratulations. Let's hope that nobody's taking Spirit Airlines, because they are going defunct as of 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Did y'all hear about that?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I literally saw it on shout out to Cody Acorn, I guess I'm saying it right. He's this big reporter. He said he reached out, that he's been getting notifications that folks have flights booked and everything, but as of 3 a.m. they are done. Like they're just screeching to a halt. And as a matter of fact, he talked about flights coming into Atlanta. There were flights booked into Atlanta. He literally said that. I'm going to read his little quick thing, because since we're talking about, teams flying all over the place and this, that, and the third, excuse me, Cody Alcorn. So basically he said, he just updated 7 minutes ago. He said, limited details. However, no, that's wow. Law enforcement, pow in South Carolina. Spirit bailout talks have ceased as of 25 minutes ago, with closure imminent, according to Bloomberg. This is what he put on there. Spirit Airlines prepares to shut down, as they were looking for a rescue deal and it did not go through. This is everywhere. This is on 11 Alive. This is on Bloomberg. So this is the fact, guys. We only report facts over here. Said an expert said soaring fuel costs stalled the bailout talks that Spirit was undergoing, driving them to an immediate shutdown with few options left, as they will actually shut down as early as, that today is Friday, 3 a.m. Saturday, according to the Wall Street Journal. This is because of struggling finances, and this is just crazy. They said this is like
They were trying to get a $500 million lifeline from the government. So before they ran out of cash.
Only thing I can say. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you.
But while you guys are playing the trumpets and the closing, Spirit Airlines has the least amount of air traffic disasters of any airline.
They used to be ValueJet. They used to be ValueJet, and they went down, and all those people became alligator meat in the Everglades. And I remember
and
that.
now they are truly Spirit Airlines. Because they're dead.
They're ghosts.
I remember flying out of Fort Lauderdale to come back to Atlanta, and it was so bad that somebody had lost their job or something. Yes, definitely that. That's the hard thing, Michael. Is the people that are
absolutely
losing their jobs. Yeah,
I literally somebody had quit or something. And there was an 8-hour delay, for my flight out of Orlando, like to the point that I could have driven back to Atlanta. And they were begging people to give up their seats, even when the plane came in, that they would give them vouchers for free travel and all this, that, and the third, because someone had just like triple booked the flight. And it was just insane. And then the last time I flew to New York one way. And I remember I was celebrating my birthday, and I'm used to, like, when it's my birthday, they offer, something courtesy or whatever. And all I asked for was a cup of water, y'all. A cup of water. Oh, we don't give out water. I'm like, okay, I'll just save up my spit. Wow, thanks. So, I mean, I literally told the flight attendant that. So when I think about stuff like that, you kind of see things coming because of the domino effect from everywhere. But then you got to think about, you are seeing people continuously book United and American and all these big conglomerate of airlines because they treat their customers, their flyers, better. So, you got to think about that when you're trying to charge $80 for one bag and $200 for a second one on that flight, but your flight is $50. I'm like, wait a minute. So my bag I'll just buy something when I get there, because my bag is going to fly for more than what I'm sitting. I'm confused. Okay. Thank you, Dizzle. Okay. Well,
but I will have to go back. Let me go back to what Michael said in regards to the people losing their jobs. I know we play on here and everything like that, but in all seriousness, yes, shout out to the people that lost their jobs, and I hope most of them were able to bounce back, if not all. Excuse me.
All those airlines that you mentioned there, Sonia, you didn't mention the airlines that's the one that finds Atlanta as their center hub.
Delta.
Which is Delta.
I just didn't get there. I was just giving a couple little shout outs. I love Delta. It's just what it is. Hang on. One moment. My studies partner is messaging me.
I took a Spirit Airlines when I went to Hawaii. Spirit, I had to take I had to take 4 Spirit Airlines to Hawaii.
How? They must have kept splitting up in the air.
One way.
It stopped in Las Vegas, then it stopped in San Francisco, and then it went to Hawaii.
Yeah, no, that's about right. All of them. Mine stopped in Seattle because I was going to try to see Bo, but then they moved up the flight, and Bo was not anywhere in the city. My layover that was supposed to have been 2 hours ended up being 45 minutes, and I was literally running for the flight. And they were de-icing the plane. Yeah, no, right. It really, really couldn't get not a bottle, not even a bottle, Michael. I asked for a cup, which means just bring me some melted ice.
That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. Yeah,
was put some ice in a cup and microwave it and bring it to me. Like, I was thirsty. So anyway, it happened. And I always tell people you need the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit to fly Spirit, because you got to really be. That's what I always told people. All right, guys, we've given Spirit way too much. Rest in peace, Spirit. Thank you for the couple of flights. I do want to ask y'all about something, though, especially because my study partner just told me that she'll meet me at 11. She went ahead and logged off the Zoom. Sorry, V, if you're watching, because I know she subscribes to. Because I told her, I said, I'm going to get on and do like 20, 25 minutes because I can't leave my guys hanging like that. She's like, okay, I'll be on here. So Just got a text. Hey, girl, can you just come back at 11? Yes, 11's perfect. I'll be off my podcast by then. She probably saw me do the hat change and got nervous, like, oh, she ain't coming back. So I do want to ask you guys about this. Now, everything we say is just our opinions, people. So, don't anyone get your boxers or undies in a wad. But this is what we've seen, and we just want to talk about it. Le'Veon Bell came out and talked about I forgot the dude was with the Jets, to be honest. All I remember him as a Steeler.
I didn't.
I just remember him as a Steeler. But he said that Adam Gase, y'all remember Gase out of Florida? He's been everywhere. Anyway, it must be a Miami thing, because that's what they said about McDaniel down there with the Dolphins. They said it was powder around his nose too. But because anybody wear flip-flops in Kansas City when it's snowing.
Allegedly.
You gotta be. I seen him with some beach sandals on.
No, I'm talking about. Did you see what powder around his nose?
No, allegedly. I just added that part. I'm sorry. That's why I said this is parody right here, guys. But this part is not parody, because Le'Veon Bell told some folks that he saw former Jets coach Adam Gase snorting, not just powder on his nose, but he saw him actually snorting cocaine in his office during his tenure in New York. And that he called plays while he was fried, which powder was in his nose. He said he did a lot of ish in that office that coaches ain't supposed to be doing, but that's why he ain't no coach. But he should never have even been in there, basically. He said, y'all know that white powder. I'm like, bro, I just walk in the office, see my coach. We about to go to practice. Bro, we got practice in 28 minutes. We got walkthrough, bro. This is what you're doing in here. Yeah. Not just once, several times. Everybody knows it. He said that. And, he called him the N-word. He said that Ninja Adam Gase was on that coquina. And that Adam Gase was out there fried, calling plays, some of them even on game day. So I don't know if you guys have put this as one of the debate questions for tomorrow for Jack, as we got the last minute here. But I'd love to get his opinion. I'll probably try to wake up to hear it. What are you guys' quick thoughts? We got about a minute here. I'm gonna get y'all's thoughts on
it. Look, it's alleged. I don't know if it's true or not. And then Adam hasn't been on to defend himself if he can. Look, it snows in New York, so I mean maybe there was a little snow that blew into the building, into the coach's office. You never know. But I don't know. It's hard for me to respond to that, because Le'Veon, why say this now? Why put that out there if that's the case? You could have put that out there then.
There's no validity between. I'm not listening to anything Le'Veon Bell says right now, to tell you the truth. I'm just not. He's so full of what. Why exactly? Why the hell didn't he come out with this earlier, since he want to shoot his mouth off so much? Why didn't he come out with this? What is it with Michigan State players, man? I tell you, they just I just. And you know what? They must come from Pittsburgh broken too. He left Pittsburgh to get a better contract with the Jets.
Which he did.
He didn't do squat. Yeah, and he didn't do squat with it. And what is it? Everybody comes from Pittsburgh and they got like PSTD or something.
They call it.
No, he's boxing now. Remember, he boxes now, so it could be that.
You kind of bell ringers, yeah. I get that.
They say Pittsburgh really starts with an S and you replace the P with an H. So that's what I've heard. Not Pittsburgh, but you know what?
Don't draw the ire of Rob Dizzle.
Yinzer, I was about to say Yinzer might have something to say about that, right?
He on there. He, they don't even have a quarterback this season, so there's that. By the way, everybody's showing up for their rookie camps. The schedule's about to drop here soon. Where the freak is? What's this boy name? The dude name Aaron Rodgers. What is going on? Who's going to be their quarterback? Like, seriously, this is what we go through. We had this verbatim sniffing mushrooms. We had the same conversation last year.
I just don't understand Pittsburgh.
Gase, right?
I don't understand Pittsburgh's whole that's just, dude. If you can't tell us if you're going to be here by the draft, kick rocks, because dude, we gotta move forward. Yeah. And the dude didn't play that. I mean, he wasn't that good last year. He was decent. I'm not going to lie, he was decent, but he wasn't earth-shattering. So I mean,
Well, he's in
I
the
mean,
dark
at
right
this
now.
point, I guess
You can't bother.
I need to bandage up my arm and go suit up and just go to rookie camp and get a couple of coins. How much they gonna pay me for that? If I just show up, I gotta protect my arm. I don't want to get no infection in it.
You might get that Diego Pavia contract.
Yeah.
Hey, it's still some money. It's still some money, though. It's some money.
Guess what? I'll be out there going live. I'll be out there doing my shows from the sideline. They'll be like, Pearson, get in here. I'll be like, hey guys, so I'm right here right now with Lamar Jackson. Yes, this is an exclusive. Lamar, just say hi real quick for the cameras. Y'all will be like, Dad, she's getting exclusive footage. So by that time, YouTube will finally start paying me because the viewership will go up. So it'll be productive.
Yeah, for real, it will. Oh, you didn't. By the way, on another NFL note, safety Justin Simmons is retiring from the NFL after 10 years with the Denver Broncos. I think that's more of a career move for him because he's not in bad shape. He plays a position on the field that you do have to put your nose into when you're playing defense. But he's been pretty decent over his 10-year career. I think he wants to move on to a different career and save his body so he can go on to another career. And
his brain.
Yes, and his brain.
I had a question real quick. And I want y'all's thoughts on this. Hopefully we have time. Do y'all think that Mike Tomlin, I was talking to a friend last night. Mike Tomlin just joined the Sunday night crew and they've removed that dude. I can't remember his name because of his connection with the reporting of the Vrabel situation.
Chris Sims.
Yeah.
Chris Sims,
By the way, there's a picture circulating around of Mike Vrabel in a store buying a dress. So, they following him around hard now. Saying he's buying his wife gifts and stuff. He was coming out of a flight and that dude from TMZ followed him from the gate all the way out to the car. And Vrabel never said a word. But do y'all think that I just had to back this up a little bit. Do y'all think that Mike Tomlin will pull a Sean Payton and come back to the league and coach? And if so, where and why?
That's pretty wide open. I don't think it's impossible, but after a long time of coaching and the way he looked defeated when he left, I think he may pull what's the coach name that was before him? Bill Cowher. He may pull a Bill Cowher and stay on the air if he's.
I agree with you, Steve-O.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back either.
Yeah, and to his accreditation too. I mean, he's one of those old time coach, old style coaches, and the players in this league have changed dramatically over the last 5 to 7 years. So he might be to the point he's like, I can't communicate to these guys anymore because they're all on their own island, and I don't have time to be jumping from island to island. I'm trying to coach a team, not trying to coach individuals. So I think that was part of this decision too. Plus, he probably wants to spend more time with his wife and his family. See more of his son's football games and stuff like that. He's been very adamant about that whole situation. So I don't think he's going to come back. I think he's exactly right where he needs to be as an analyst on a football show, Sunday Night Football. So it's good. I'm glad he replaced Chris Sims too, because I can stand Chris Sims. But anyway, that's besides the point.
They should have took Chris Collinsworth off for there were his little
just leave his son on there and just take him off.
Yeah, but I think personally, I think he was probably done too. But it was put out there. His daughter is here in Atlanta, Georgia at UGA, and she's in sports as well. And it wasn't far-fetched for them to say that he possibly could come to the Falcons since the Falcons have such a youthful talent. And he also has, I think, some people in the Carolinas, but the Panthers have already secured who we got with Dan Canales. So we are pretty solid there. And so it was just kind of brought up by a Pittsburgh fan to me yesterday. Shout out to my friend that was talking about that. But I know our time is up. This has been a great show. Thank you guys for waiting on me. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Oh, real quick. This is a very special month. This is the month of May. We are celebrating our founding producer, Mac McGrath, who unfortunately we lost him a year ago, coming up here in the next few days. So Miss Linda, we're thinking of you. We love you. We're praying for you. We'll be doing special dedications to Mac throughout this month, beginning with this upcoming show on Sunday. Join us for the debate show tomorrow morning with B, James, and Jack Hirsch. and for throughout shows this day. You guys have a great weekend. God bless.
Peace.